you guys had this huge explosion. You're all knocked prone. So I put the prone icons on all of you. And a mounted figure on ash and smoke, basically. He has a goblet in his hand. And he goes, "Welcome to Barovia." What do you guys do?
Stand up.
You all stand up, so we'll remove the tokens. He dismounts. He smacks the horse's ass. You hear it neigh. It vanishes into the air. And you see him, he's just holding a cup. Let me rotate his model a little bit. And he kind of steps forward a smidge. And he just looks at you.
Must say, this was probably the first introduction to a country I've ever had.
I'm glad you have arrived. How rude of me. Let me introduce myself. My name is Strahd von Zarovich, Lord and Master of Barovia. I have many titles, though, as you well know. The Ancient One, King of Barovia, Lord of Barovia, the Shadow of the Night, Bull's greatest champion, the Dark One.
Where's Ambrosia?
How rude. And who are you, sir?
Answer my question. Where is
He looks over his
Ambrosia's
shoulder.
vehicle?
He holds out the goblet. He looks over his shoulder. A figure emerges from the mist. 1 second. The mist behind him is quite difficult to see through. You don't know what else could be out there. Ambrosius Vigil steps forward out of the mist and takes his goblet from him. I'm going to link you the picture of Ambrosius Vigil. Esmeralda, you look at Ambrosius' eyes, you know something is wrong. It's too late. She's been turned into a vampire. And I'm going to link you the picture.
Light skin. Nothing a little sun won't fix.
It's a really cool picture of her with the eyes. She's been turned. She gladly accepts Strahd's cup and takes a few steps backwards at near the edge of the mist. And Strahd goes, "You did not introduce yourself, stranger. You are an uninvited guest to my lands. What brings you here?"
Brought us here was your treacherous magic with Ambrosia. We found your letter. We know what you've been up to. We've come back to save her.
Ambrosia, if you want to be saved, now is your chance to go. And she takes a step forward and goes on to around Strahd. And she just kind of goes on to him, you know, like puts his arm around him and gives him a kiss on the cheek. "Well, I'm sorry there, Paladin, but it looks like she's right where she wants to be. Now, what is your name, sir?"
My name is Marcus Darkbane, and I'm here to avenge the Vigil family from your treacherous magic.
"And who are the rest of you? Does he speak for all of you? This rude stranger, uninvited to my lands?"
Oh.
Now, Noni, you can speak to him if you want to. In your wolf form. With the crown of Orion on. You can speak telepathically to any creature.
Oh, I
That
thought
as
that
long
meant...
No. You could speak to anyone now in your wolf form. Is everybody else just standing there?
I remove my swords from if I like have them both out ready to go.
You draw your
Noni
weapons
turns
on
to
him?
Marcus then
Mhm.
and goes, "Oh look, he is more handsome than you. I don't blame her. She could have done very well for herself."
I don't know, is he?
Just tiptoe close to Marcus, say, "So, what now?"
Ambericius hands the glass of dark liquid back to Strahd.
If
She
you take
doesn't
another,
seem-
if you take another drink of that, I will zap it out of your hand with the might of tear.
How rude. I've invited you as a guest here. You are uninvited, and you have not even told me your name, sir.
We just got out of the death house. We have your letter in our possession of dark magic, where you possess this woman.
My magic might be different from yours, but that does not make it bad. All magic it comes from the gods. Why is my magic bad and yours good?
What did the letter say exactly? In Abyssal, the worst tongue known to mankind?
Which letter? I write many letters.
No, I'm not asking you.
I think it said "come to me." I can't quite remember the exact language. Have you heard?
Esmeralda, you're starting to put it together a little bit, right?
I will from the letter. I know that he is the devil himself. That my mentor came to slay. I trust him. I do not trust him whatsoever.
Some
And I
call,
refuse to speak to him.
some call me the devil. Some call me God. It depends on who you speak to. For I am the immortal one. The unkillable.
We'll test that.
Many have tried. You will not be the first, nor the last, I'm sure. But please, show some courtesy. He kind of does a curtsy. Be nice from one lord to another.
I show no
Show some respect, please.
mercy to those who enchant and bewitch others.
Just because you are immortal does not mean what all what folk imagine.
Well, I don't know what you said.
Being immortal.
Your accent's hard to follow.
Being immortal, well, your accent as well is hard to follow, for you are not Barovian. But now you have your answer. Ambericius is here with me. She does not want to go with you.
Well, she never did anyways, but being cursed did not help the situation.
Ambericius, are you happy here? She turns to him. She says, very happy.
Can I telepathically reach out to Ambericius
Yes.
and see if I can find a second person in Ambericius's brain to reach out to?
It doesn't really work like that. It's just like a
Like
direct
itself.
form of. It's just a direct form of communication. So you could speak to people in your wolf form.
Okay, then I will reach out directly into her mind and ask her, is this your choice? Is this your choice? Is this the decision that you wish to make freely and without compulsion?
Absolutely.
And do I think that that is true?
Roll an insight check.
Okay.
Ooh, I could use detect thoughts to do what you were just talking about.
Now you would be
For
casting
eventually.
magic in front of Strahd.
Technically, she can do it without any of the components with that.
Yeah, because I got it from my feet.
Okay.
Insights +4.
He looks out his vampire eyes. He's like, being a
No,
more
Strahd, if we're
being
gonna
a-
start on a trusting relationship, then and I pull out my sword, then you don't mind answering some questions in truth.
Can we
please
resolve?
do not point your sword at me, sir. I have not pointed at mine.
The
at his.
sword is not as a
You
weapon.
see that he has
the
a-
sword is for truth.
He looks. He has a weapon of his own, and as a matter of like nobility, he has not drawn it on you.
Yes, this is not a sword of fighting. This is a sword of truth, as I've said for the third time. answer some questions in full truth, and we should see if your nobility ranks up to your otherwise uncouth manner.
Well, if you wish to reach into the mind of a god, who am I to stop?
Sure. Hold on, I gotta pull up the spell.
So basically, Strahd basically has to make a save.
No. I'm asking him to willingly fail the save.
Yeah, he can willingly fail.
As
If
well
he wants
as,
to willingly fail,
as-
yes.
Yes, otherwise I'll know he passed, and then we can stop the charade.
Being immortal is not what all folk imagine. You take wild risks, chase extreme sensations, and then there comes a point. You've done it all. And then it all becomes just boring and monotonous. The trick is to plow through that moment, go further, reach beyond what is known as possible.
I rolled a natural 20, and I have a 24.
She seems
on
like
instinct.
she's telling the truth. She wants to stay with him.
No, I'm gonna cast a spell.
Yeah,
Well,
I know.
Marcus,
You're casting
I
Zone
did
of
a
Truth.
thing, and I'm trying to get that result.
Oh,
I gave you the
you're
result.
actually
Correct.
trying to. I'm
She-
not gonna ask you any questions.
You basically have spoken to Ambericius through telepathic thoughts through your wolf form.
Oh, so that's what she's doing.
And the insight has revealed that Ambericius, for all intents and purposes, is happy where she's at. She smiles back at you with her vampire eyes.
Right, but my question was more, is that a compulsion happiness, or is it like, does it feel more like a real happiness?
Strahd looks at you. What is real?
Okay, so
I
I'm
am
gonna
real.
cast the spell.
Real would be her choice, rather than you making her feel that way.
You cast the spell. Go ahead. Ask a question.
Do you want me to read it for you?
I've read the spell. I know what it does.
Okay. So ask him now. He can't lie to any question.
If he wants to.
Sure. Is he trying to pass the
He
save?
hasn't rolled a save yet. But I can roll.
Yeah, he
I can
has
roll a saving throw in secret.
If he's
you want.
rolling the save, that means he's intentionally trying to resist the spell's effect. Which I'm telling him to willfully fail the save.
We're just kind of role playing.
So I'll just know if he's not doing it or not.
Go ahead.
Affected creature is aware the spell is being cast and can avoid answering questions, and they can willfully fail the save.
Seems you guys have been talking to him for like a minute or two. He seems amused by the fact that you want to ask him a question.
Well, I'm casting on him and Ambrosia because it's in a 15-foot ball.
And whatever other creatures may be lurking.
Sure.
Roll a perception check, Mist. Esmeralda, what do you do? Your swords are out. Strahd
I'm
looks at
gonna-
you with a stern look. He thinks it's quite
I'm gonna
rude.
I'm gonna sheath my swords and I'm going to. What happened to the Durst family?
They disobeyed my orders. They found
were your
unwilling
orders?
adventurers like yourself, traveling forth, lost throughout my lands. They lured them into this unholy house. It was not to my approval. I warned them, and it appears that the problem, you have solved it. Thank you.
How did you warn them?
I wrote them a letter, of course.
We read that letter.
And you know that I warned them.
Wait a minute. So they were luring people in before they were dead?
No, there was dark magic cast upon them, keeping them in there.
Roll an insight
Okay.
check. Irina.
Me? Oh god.
I rolled a 21, by the way.
For what? The perception?
Let me
There is
just-
other.
Yeah.
You can feel it. There's something more creatures out into the mist
An insight
that have just
check?
not revealed themselves at this time.
Give me 1 second.
Did you? Yeah, you guys delete the tokens. Let me delete the prone token. You guys are all standing up. You guys are free to do. If you, the battle board is just out there. We're just role playing though. If you want to start moving around and acting weird, cast magic. That's fine.
Ugh. Can I use my lucky point?
Yeah, you can re-roll it. You have to mark it on your sheet.
Yeah. Hold on, let me just go over. Crap, it's so hard to navigate on the app. lucky point. Gonna just re-roll it.
Stranger traveling with a wolf. though.
14. It's better than a 5.
While she's looking, it says you know whether each creature succeeds or fails its saving throw. Did he willingly fail it, or did he succeed?
Amused by what you were trying to do, he willingly
No,
fails.
I'm asking the DM.
He willingly fails, amused
Thanks.
by what your actions are. What did you roll, Irina? A 14?
Yeah.
What was this about? It was a insight check of some kind?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that I asked was like, so like they were luring people in before they were dead, because like the note.
Strahd's
was
up to
obviously-
something. He's not telling the whole truth behind the situation.
It's best to ask him yes or no questions since he can't lie.
Well, then I will.
Yes.
I'll give him a little curtsy, right?
The thing is, he might just
Thank you,
not
milady.
answer yes or no.
He looks down at Miss. Thank you, milady.
My name is Miss. Who else is with you?
Do you wish to see them?
Yes.
It's rude of me not to invite everyone. He looks back. And he just takes a step forward to make room for everybody out of the mist. And part of the mist dissolves behind him, revealing some more figures.
Nobody's.
Whoever has a history check, make it now.
I think he dissolved too, by the way.
Who?
Who
dissolved?
disappeared?
Aw.
He dissolved. I'm pulling him out again, don't worry. Oh boy.
Do we have to have proficiency in history?
Yes, you do.
I do
I
have a.
Do I have to
3.
do it? Because I have half the.
We changed the rule on that. You get to roll on it, even with Jack of all trades.
11.
Oh. Let me see what my history is. +3. Some.
The DC is 15.
Ooh.
Did anyone pass?
I got an 18.
You see
Yay.
him, a figure. You hear the clanging of armor. You can't believe it. You heard about him. He was a mercenary that traveled east. It's one of the old legendary heroes that went off to fight in the last war. You don't know who it is.
Oh.
I'm going to tell you who it is. He emerges out of the fog. You recognize him as the legendary adventurer, Red, the Fallen, or the Turned. Strahd has turned Red, the famous warrior of old, into a vampire spawn. I'm going to link you some more pictures, guys. Here's a picture. This is, it also might have some history about the particular characters. There is Red, the Fallen, and pictures of them too, to kind of accompany them. If you check out their models, they're pretty cool. I've also added some models and things like that. And I'm not going to be too shy. We're going to add some, there's also some more history about these particular characters as well. He's like, these are my brides. Let me introduce them to you. This is Anastasia von Zarovich. This is her right here. This is Violetta von Zarovich, right here. This is Ludmita von Zarovich, the eldest of my brides. And of course, Red. What do you guys do?
Do you like wearing clothes? Looks like you don't like wearing clothes.
Which one?
The ladies.
Which one?
They're very seductive. They move seductively out of the clouds of the mist.
Aren't you
that
cold?
Just is... Which one are you talking
Like
to?
a sweater.
Which one are
And
you
just-
talking to?
Any one of them.
Like, yeah,
All
just
together,
like,
please.
it's like, hey girls, aren't you cold?
They just look at you and like, their fangs show a little bit.
Okay, I just hide behind Marcus.
Move your character behind Marcus.
And I just hide, boop. Don't trust him, by the way.
He's admiring that you're just stunned in front of him. Kind of answering, maybe absorbing all the knowledge and stuff.
Well,
You guys
that's
can
my
read about him later if you want to. You don't have to
Okay.
go through all of it. You know, just check out the pictures.
Mhm.
So you guys get an idea for who you're looking at.
Big beefy dude.
I don't really know what Sinros would do here. Can't really help out the interrogation all too much. They all seem to be covering that pretty well.
These are
Just
my
all-
brides.
I'm enamored by them. I think they're beautiful.
Well, I will tell you what. I am here at this morning hour, right before the sun comes out. And you look up at the sun, it's trying to come out, but it's being covered by mist and clouds. Now, Esmeralda, you know that if light strikes a vampire, it hurts him. But the clouds are just too much. As the sun is coming over, it's just over the horizon, the trees and the mountains are blocking the sun completely. Strahd seems unaffected by it. There's just not enough sunlight out. And he says, I am looking for a woman. She was traveling east. I believe she was running from wolves. Have you seen her?
Looks like you
Nope.
have. Looks
Haven't
like you
met
have.
her.
You look like a cultist member, by the way, Irene.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. I'm still like all beefy.
What do you guys do? He's looking intently at all of you now.
I'm gonna say no, we haven't seen her.
Roll a deception check.
I'm about to say, do all of us have to do deception?
I get a natural 17 with deception, I believe.
Strahd is going to counter roll with his perception. The roll is hidden,
Okay.
but I roll it on my special board over here. You have to roll a d20. You could roll higher than a 17.
Yeah, I could. I'm just, yeah. Okay. I'm
One
just
thing we
gonna
kind of
roll.
didn't do for role-playing purposes, Irina kind of carries herself with an essence of like elegance, like royalty, much more even refined than you, Marcus,
I'm gonna
as a noble.
add that to it, I believe. So if I get over, yeah, I just get a 17.
Perfect.
So.
He looks down, up and down at everyone. He's just trying to check he's seeing what you denied he's a cultist member. He seems to take it at face value for now. Now, I imagine Strahd, I posted the picture of him on here. I imagine him, he looks a lot like a 25-year-old. Timothy Chalamet, the guy from the Dune trailer with the wavy brown. I think it's a perfect look for Strahd, personally. Like this young, handsome man. He's probably about 6'1". He wears these Barovian furs. You can also look at his model there if you want to. He still has the cup of blood in his hand. And by the way, even though you threatened him, Marcus, he's respected it, and he's not drunk. You told him you threatened him. He's like, do not drink out of the blood.
Oh yeah.
His container.
I
his
will
goblet,
shoot it if he drinks it.
Which would be we'd have to roll initiative.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been told.
He's like,
Is it Mark?
he looks around and he looks at, I'm going to roll a d6 to determine he's looking for a woman.
Oh, there's 1, 2, 3.
I followed her. She was screaming. I believe running through the woods. He looks over at Mallory. Have you seen her? She was heading
Nope.
this way, I'm sure of it.
Nope.
Roll a
No.
deception roll.
You better just see
where am
them.
I? Here. Deception. Do I have any bonus on perception? Sorry. Probably don't. Where is it? Deception here. No, it's just a straight. one.
Strahd has not done really anything. He's
Oops.
not casted any spells. He's just sitting there,
Sorry.
Chillin'.
just relaxing, talking with you guys, having a good time.
It's not +3. It's just the one.
It says, do not lie to me, child.
You're talking child. I'm like older than you. I'm pretty sure.
I am the Ancient One. I am over 500 years old.
Never mind.
And it doesn't make sense, because the world is only about 400 years old. He couldn't have been around during the time before the Titan War. Something is wrong. But he's in Marcus's zone of truth. He seems to be telling the truth as well.
Marcus, are we in the future or something?
I have to put out Ambericia's model. She's out there too.
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know.
Does that match up with the dates and everything that we've been reading elsewhere? Like the year that Arena said it was, and the date on the deed?
The date on the deed, we couldn't really make out.
The
Like,
deed
it
was
didn't make
strange. It
sense
said
to
like
us.
400
Yeah.
years old. And he looks over at Marcus. What is your question?
Oh, good. I thought you were gonna take a drink.
He just kind of like wisps it in front of his face a little bit to taunt you.
Why are you looking for the girl?
I think she is someone.
And what if she is?
Tell me, have you seen her?
No, don't answer a question with a question. What would you do if you found her?
Make a charisma save as he stares deeply into your eyes.
Fine.
He is trying to charm you. The DC is high.
Of course it is.
I need to get over to him.
You can't touch him. Yeah.
Fuck.
Because he's talking back and forth with Marcus.
I know.
Oh.
Marcus fails to save. Do you want to use your... do you have an inspiration point?
What's that do?
You're basically charmed by him. You're his best friend now.
Oh god.
He's like, sheath your weapon. You sheath your weapon.
I was gonna do that, but okay.
He says,
That's a great idea, friend.
He says, have you seen this woman?
What woman? I'll tell you all about what women. What do you need, sir?
I'm looking for a woman. She was traveling east.
Strahd.
Being chased- Yes.
What if we could help you find this woman?
As the lord of the land, you should serve your lord.
Of course.
Okay.
And if we can find this woman for you, would there be some sort of reward?
A great reward. What did you have in mind?
Well, considering that Brisha's all happy with you, we just need some sort of compensation for not bringing her back. In addition to a finder's fee, if you will. I'm sure, being as old as you are, you have some great items that you
He
can
drinks from
offer
his
our
goblet
hand.
now, since Marcus is charmed. He won't attack Marcus will not attack Strahd. What? Sorry,
Oh,
as
just saying. I'm sure you have some items worth value to my party if we brought this
you look at
woman to you.
the history check that Irina made. You look at the one of the vampire spawn, which is red. He's carrying a very powerful sword, a great sword. And if you look at his model, you can see it. And they're all carrying pretty valuable weapons themselves. You guys are already kind of beaten and battered and things like that, but Strahd, you guys are taking an assessment of the situation. You're not tactically outmatched. it
So,
seems.
Strahd, old friend, what do you need help with?
Have you seen this woman?
So,
You
Strahd.
need to describe her.
She has red hair.
I'm going to shove into Marcus and in
Good.
his mind be like, shut up, Marcus. Just smile and nod. I realize he's being charming, but smile and nod.
Are
Look
you-
at him. You even said he was more attractive than me, and he is, by all purposes. Why
Yeah,
are we?
he's
Why
kind of
are
hard.
we being so rude to him?
Kind of nod
I
with
de-
my nose towards Esmeralda to keep talking.
So,
I
Strahd,
deeply apologize.
I feel like we need a good rest. So, do you have a town we could go to in order to regroup? And then we will search for this woman that you're trying to find.
Well, as visitors to my lands, it's apparent that you have not seen this woman. You've succeeded in convincing him. But, as visitors and uninvited guests, I must ask from each one of you 3 strands of hair.
Oh, by all means, yes.
Marcus takes off his helmet, walks towards him, and hands Strahd
That seems more than reasonable.
3 strands of his hair.
Oh God.
He says, "Thank you," and he puts it like into like a pouch, like almost like a spell component pouch.
May I ask
Marcus
why you want our
takes
hair?
a step back.
I am a
Strahd,
bald cultist. I just want
if-
to point that out.
If you would like our hair, I think we would like to at least know.
As you wander about my lands, I must make sure you are safe.
Seems completely reasonable. Everyone, please provide my friend with 3 strands of your hair.
I will collect
There's no
them
reason to be rude.
for you. Can I go back here, pull off? Can I pull off about 18 hairs off of the bear rug? And then
Make a
bring it
deception
back?
roll. That's pretty clever. I'm gonna give you
Really
I'm gonna
clever.
give you an inspiration point for that one.
That's
Let me
awesome.
find that. Where's it at? So there you go.
No,
Big
Marcus.
That's pretty clever. Roll a deception
okay.
roll though.
What? It's I have 2 on it.
Yeah, I think I'm the only one with like different colored hair, but he can't see it because I have a hood on.
Who else? So I'm gonna go around. Let's start with Mallory. Are you giving him 3 strands of hair?
I thought we were doing with like Esmeralda's plan.
I think I just failed it.
He says, as you kind of
Okay.
come. Okay, well, let's start with Esmeralda first. Esmeralda's standing right in front of Strahd. You walk forward. He looks at the like kind of clump of. You kind of grabbed like a clump of the hairs off frantically. You've tried to make like maybe a stealth roll or something, and he says, "Do not fool me, child. I have seen it all before." And he makes an attack roll on you to try to grab your hair from your head. I'm gonna roll. It's a surprise attack.
Oh my god. He's gonna yank.
He rolls a natural 1, so he misses you. You duck. You duck out of the way. It's like
And as he goes to grab for my hair, can I take that the bear hair and grab that instead of my hair?
roll a sleight of hand check.
Oh, okay. Much better at that.
He rolled a nat 1, so I'll allow it. I mean, even though he is Strahd, I mean this is like unbelievably bad luck.
That's all this game is luck.
Silly
A little bit.
Strahd.
Right? Yep. Do I get advantage? Yeah, I do have advantage on this. I'm pretty sure.
No, you don't.
I
But you
don't-
rolled a
okay.
23. It works. He does not get your hair, and he says thank you. And you step away. It works. He doesn't grab your hair, and he looks around. He goes to Mallory. Your hair, please.
Shit. Okay.
Folks, this is taking too long. We're being very rude.
I go back here and I hand Sinros some hair as well of the bear.
Make a sleight of hand check. Mallory, what are you doing? He's asking you to step forward. Are you just chilling back here, kind of being rude?
Question. I've been often
I'll
rubbing
just,
up against
like-
Mallory and encouraging her throughout this entire fight, and there was a couple times where we were next to each other in battle. Would she be able to pick off some of the wolf hair?
Mallory was kind of in the back shooting. She wasn't really close to you in wolf
No, there was a couple
form.
times though that I was close.
Roll
to
a
her.
20. Decided that. You got to roll like an 18 or higher or something like that.
Does my pass to?
You rolled a
17?
17.
Yep.
I'll roll it against Strahd's perception when she comes up.
What?
Okay, I'll just fuck it. I'll just go and like take it and then
Step
like
forward, child. Closer. Are you getting closer to him?
Oh my god.
one teeny step at a time.
Do not be scared, child. Closer. I'm here to protect you. Do not be foolish like the Dursts.
Well, that makes it pretty clear what happened to the Dursts.
I just like for the just hanging like arm's length of my very short arms.
Do you hand him some hair?
Yeah.
He takes 3 strands of hair from you. Thank you.
And then I go back there, Marcus.
He looks over at Noni, the wolf.
I present my tail so he can take whatever he wants.
He says, drop your form. I want the real hair.
Would he know that I'm in wild shape though?
Would he?
He hasn't communicated with him at all, so.
Something is happening. You don't know. He knows that you're in wild shape.
Okay.
Please, child. It is almost fully dawn out, and I must go back to Ravenloft. Make a history check, Esmeralda.
Oh,
Not Esmeralda, I'm sorry, Irina.
History. God, what's my history? History. 3. Ooh, roll.
Marcus, he looks over at you. He feels like he's just looking at you for a second, though. What do you do?
I got a 19.
Ravenloft it flashes back in your mind, and you're starting to gain some of your memory back. Ravenloft is a magnificent castle where he dwells in. And in our first game together, when I said there was something shrouded that was preventing you from seeing it, near the village of Barovia, up in the mountains there, is an ominous castle. I will link it later for you personally, so you can look at it as you know more about it. Noni, what do you do?
So I am going to I'll drop my form.
Thank you for being so kind. Change your model. Perfect. Come closer, child.
There's nothing to be worried about. He is nothing but a friendly guest.
Thank you, Lord.
No, the pleasure is mine.
Amberish just looks at you and just shakes her head a little bit. And you hear a whisper. Pathetic. You can do that even when you're charmed. You can kind of go like, you're just, Strahd is like your best friend. That's all it is. That's all it means.
Is Strahd undead because he's a vampire?
He is undead.
100% undead?
100%. You know this because of your training with Van Richten. And you start to put it together. This is the guy that Van Richten was looking for. He's right here.
I was gonna try to charm him, but I can't.
No. He's undead. His soul is being carried by something or someone somewhere else, not of this plane. So simple spells like that won't work. Noni, what do you do?
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, as I'm dropping my form,
okay,
pull some of my wolf tail out into my hand.
Make a sleight of hand check. And I'm going to roll against Strahd's perception. His vampire lord eyes look upon you. He's looking right at you. Mm-hmm. By the way, when Strahd tried to grab your hair, Esmeralda... Sorry, go ahead.
At the same time, I'm going to ask Ambrosius to tell me what you really think. So I'm talking directly to her. He has no idea that I'm talking to her because I can wear the crown.
Sure.
And talk to someone. So I'm going to ask her, so how badly do you really want to be with Marcus?
She says out loud, that loser. You make a sleight of hand roll? Roll your sleight of hand roll.
But I'm trying to use her as a distraction.
Strahd is looking right at you. He's not like looking at Ambericius. I mean, because you're telepathically speaking. You rolled a 13?
Yeah.
He says, please, this is for your own safety. The eyes of 1,000 lives looks at you. The Ancient One stares deep into your soul. Says, do not be so disrespectful, and do not make me ask again. 30 strands of hair, please. He's growing.
Don't be so rude. He has been nothing but a humble guest so far.
Just gonna punch Marcus in the back.
Marcus,
are you finally doing that?
Marcus takes a punch. Roll a check. Right, Marcus? You need to roll another saving throw since you've taken 1 hit point of damage.
No.
No, I have
mean,
no
now that the
strength.
cat's
that
out of the
does
now
nothing.
that the cat's out of the bag, if you
It doesn't
harm me,
break.
I'm no longer
No,
charmed.
that's not how this works.
Huh?
You have to roll a saving throw. Go ahead,
okay.
Well,
Noni.
I hit him
What do you?
earlier.
You have
You
to
just rolled
harm
up again.
me.
You have to hit with 1 hit point
No, I
again.
said
You
I hit
actually
him with
have-
my butt.
Let's rewind a little bit. Noni, what are you doing? You're right in front of him. He's asked you, do not be rude. Give him the hair. Do you give him the hair? He's just going down the line right now, asking for everybody's hair.
I don't want to is the problem, and it's very frustrating to me that he could see through my wild shape.
He's
So,
getting angry. He takes a swipe at you to basically take it from you. I'm going to roll an attack roll with him.
okay.
Now, it's kind of a called shot, so it's -2. That was a rule I put in, right? I'm looking at all this stuff, dude, guys. He doesn't hit you.
He
What you-
doesn't?
No, he doesn't. I rolled a nat 1 again. Very lucky. He says,
So-
do not make me swing again, child.
I'm going to hold them out, and as I drop them, I'm going to use my druidcraft.
You've
to-
already kind of failed on it, so now whatever you do is like at an extreme disadvantage.
Fine, I give him the hair.
You hand him 3 strands of hair. Says, thank you, child. Step back. He goes down the line. Missed. Do you step back, Noni, or are you going to stay right next to him? You can move your
I'll stay
model.
right now.
He says, can you please give me some space? So far, the zone of truth is still up. Mist, what are you doing?
I will slowly move towards him and not look at him.
He sees your symbol of Voltune. It says, that god does not live here.
What?
He points at your emblem around your neck. The god of Voltune. Says that god does not live here. Now please, the hour is late.
I
I'm
don't.
gonna move the time up to 8:30.
I'm just gonna hurriedly hand him 3 strands of my hair.
Sorry, I'm gonna change the lighting a little bit. It's still kind of very cloudy out. You hand him 3 strands. Says, thank you, child.
I
Please
just
step.
quickly go back.
How polite.
Can I like when this is happening? Can I take like the turn my short sword upside down so I have like the pommel on the other side, and then just trying to hit Marcus Funny Bone?
Roll an attack roll. He's wearing full plate mail. Did
wait,
you roll a
one sec.
saving throw, Marcus?
I mean, if you want to do it differently.
You have to do it for this. This is another ability. It's not like what you're thinking. You're
Okay,
under a
what saving
powerful
throw?
charm spell.
What saving throw am I rolling?
I think it's charisma. Let me take a look.
Okay.
Or like what,
Just roll
or-
for starters. See if
or
we're
when
in the
I
ballpark.
pushed him in the back.
This is for when you punched him.
Okay,
kinda.
I was wondering if that didn't work.
For brevity's sake, Strahd looks at it. He's kind of amused that Mallory's hitting it. He kind of waves his hand a little bit. The charm, he willingly breaks the charm. And then as he does it, he takes his goblet, drinks a little bit.
I was like, finally! I was under a charm spell. I turn around and I grab his hand and I grab for the hair back.
You
I was like,
you have to
"You're
go
not
up and make
doing
a
such things."
you have to go up and make a grapple check. Do you want to
I
make
don't
a
think
grapple
that's a good
check
idea.
against Strahd?
Goodness gracious, are you trying to get killed? 'Cause we will get yeeted immediately.
Marcus.
Just a natural. I don't know what you want me to add to it.
Strahd makes a counter roll. You have to you add your strength or athletics to the grapple. Oh, you actually have to hit him first. So you didn't even hit his AC. So you're not attacking him with any weapons. You're just trying to grab him. So you just add your strength modifier.
Sure.
He says, "Will you please stop being so rude? This
No,
is for
why
your
did
own
you
safety.
Why did you take the hair?
It's for your own safety. You're traveling aimlessly throughout my lands. Wolves were out earlier, attacking people.
Describe safety, because we don't need your protection. So the hair's back, please.
Do not be so rude."
The hair's
He
back,
looks over at
please.
Sinros. He kind of ignores Marcus. "Step forth, gnome." He says to you in gnomish.
Did my stealth check to hand Sinrose the hair work?
Did you roll it? You don't
Yeah,
roll a
I did. It
stealth
was-
check, you roll a sleight of hand check.
Yeah, it was a 17, I believe. I rolled it a little while ago. Yeah, it was a
He
17.
wasn't literally paying attention to you.
Mm-hmm.
He'll look at the hair from Sinros and then see if it matches, though, and I'll just do a roll.
Hold on one second. I was gonna say, as she hands me the hair, but since everything else was going on, I wasn't. I'm going to use my hat of disguise to change my hair color and texture to match the bear fur. So this is as she hands it to me, not like as I'm walking up.
Roll a stealth check, or I'm sorry, roll a sleight of hand check with advantage. I'm sorry, roll a deception check with advantage. Because Strahd, he's playing now. All of his minions are just kind of like following him. They're just kind of like looking at what's going on in the situation here.
I'm gonna cast Charm Person on Strahd.
It doesn't work.
He's
He's
undead.
undead. It won't work.
Yeah.
I'm going to
that's-
cast Command on Strahd, which does work.
Does it work against undead? You want to cast a spell.
Yeah, it's verbal only. I say,
Oh.
drop the hairs. It's my verbal spell. It's only a verbal
Marcus,
component
we're a
spell.
little outnumbered right now.
It's a verbal spell.
Outnumbered
I think
and
it's a
overpowered.
charm spell still, so it doesn't work.
And I
I mean,
put
if you're
Marcus
gonna
to sleep.
do it,
Well,
It
look,
works
read it up.
against anything.
I haven't read it up. I need Noni's help on that. I don't think it works against undead, but I could be wrong.
it doesn't say anything
What's it
about
called?
It's called command.
Command. It's
Let me
only a
Google it.
paladin spell. Well, I'm reading it, so join the party.
Command 5E.
You speak one word command, drop it to a creature.
To a
The
creature
target must
within
succeed a
range.
wisdom plate.
Amused by your feeble attempt, he will roll a saving throw.
This spell
I'm gonna
has
use
no
my
effect
fate
if the
point.
target is undead, if it doesn't understand your language, or if
wanna
your
use the fate
command is
point?
directly harmful to it. So it doesn't work if
Doesn't
it's
work
undead.
on him.
It doesn't work on undead,
It
right?
doesn't work on undead.
Oh, it does.
Mark it on your sheet
Yeah.
that you've cast it. Sinros, he's looking at you. You cast it? What you rolled with advantage? 16. You approach him. Everything's kind of matching. Strahd, though, he's a very clever man. He doesn't want to be deceived. He rolls a 20 to counter your roll. He says, I'm gonna say he knows it's fake. He sees you walking up with it, and he just kind of he's looking at you just like, this is not working. What do you want to do, Sinros? You said you want to use your fate point?
Nah, I don't want to use it here. I don't know that it's worth it to use it here.
So let's move first of all, let's move. People are kind of gathering around Strahd a little bit. You know, we had to try to have someone grapple him a second ago, but Strahd's just amused. He doesn't really. Let's move Sinros kind of up next to him here. He says, this is an impressive attempt, but please, your real hair. This is for your own safety, my friend. He says to you in Gnomish. No one else understands unless you speak Gnomish. So Mallory's the only one who understands. Otherwise, it's just like gibberish going back and forth.
Fine. Sinros just will roll his eyes and take out 3 strands of hair, give it to him, and end it with a minor.
Before you
illusion
hand it
that-
to him, roll an Arcana check.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
As you're trying
Keep
to
trying.
recall, maybe a book that you read of why even he's trying to do this.
Not that.
As you're holding the hair out, you think about it. Wizards, mages, and things like that, they can track you sometimes with much more ease if they have the hair. He takes the hair from you and puts it in his pocket. Says, "You will be safe now, my friend." And you can move your character if you want. He says, and he looks at the last person, which is Irina, dressed as a cult member. Now, describe exactly what you look like.
I am. Well, I can grow up to 1 more foot tall, so let's just say I'm 6'3", and I'm big, beefy. I look like a meathead.
You look like a man.
I'm bald. Yeah, I'm a dude. I am bald. I've got like how those cult members they had like loincloths or whatever. Like I am like big and beefy.
Step forward, child.
Wait.
Marcus, do you want to do anything? Noni, you're standing right next
Yeah, I'm
to him.
gonna try to grab for the hair again.
Well,
You're gonna try to attack him?
No, I'm saying give the hair back or answer the question because we don't need protection.
You almost
You have
died.
yet to answer. You have yet to answer the question.
to kill us.
I'm not going to kill you.
Not you. I meant fucking Marcus.
So you don't. I
Irina?
turned around and I was like, you don't want him to answer the question?
Let's have Irina's character move up closer for
Yeah,
starters.
I am bald as a newborn baby.
If
so
you try to
I-
attack him again, Strahd looks at you angrily. He's like, do not be rude. Do you want to attack him?
I'm not attacking you. I'm asking you. We don't want your protection. Give the hair back.
Noni, what do you want to say?
I would like to, while he is doing that, search around the area for some sort of small bug.
You kind of step away, you're searching around. Make a perception roll because you're looking. Are you searching the ground with your hands? That's an investigation roll.
No, I'm just looking.
Okay. A
So
nat 10.
that's
Bugs?
Yeah.
What type of bug you looking for?
I'm looking for something like a beetle.
You don't find anything this round. Let's move on. But there's creatures out there. You probably have to spend maybe a couple more rounds. Then we'll make another roll next round.
You said it was
Irina
a
steps forward.
check? That's
Mark-
actually a 12.
Marcus,
I'm sorry.
this is your now or never chance if you want to really
on.
do something.
Quick
I'm
question.
Sorry, go ahead.
Does it change if it's a 12?
Since Strahd is standing before you, there will be a counter roll. You don't find anything this round.
Okay.
It'll get easier every round, though, if we continue. Irina steps in front of him. He says, Odd. What exactly are you?
What am I? What do you mean?
Why don't we take a step back here so I can get a more truthful answer, as she's going to step into the zone of truth.
Oh God.
Step forward, child. And the women hiss a little bit.
Step into the zone of truth.
What are you
Strahd.
doing? Okay, drop your
Strahd.
model. It says, do
Right
not
here.
be rude.
I'm gonna go into the zone of truth.
Yes, what is it, child?
We just left the Durst house, which you yourself said were terrible people. Obviously, you know we need time. He is bald.
He steps
Yes,
to the
no
side. He
worries.
says, please, child, step forward. He ignores you. He's like,
It's
can
out
we
of the zone of
please?
truth, right?
He's still in the zone of truth.
But it's Irina, if she steps forward.
She has to
I'm
step
not
forward into.
stepping forward,
He
yeah.
says, please, child. He holds out his hand. Come closer.
Now, if you go into the zone,
I-
you have to roll
Yeah,
against.
you can
the
make a
will
save. You have to make a will save.
I look like a big bald guy, so I'm like, child, who the hell are you calling child?
For you are my children when you are here with me. Please, step forward.
What kind of a save will I have to make?
A will save. Or a wisdom save, right?
I mean, I could do it. I could. Go. There we go. Let's do some wisdom.
Roll a wisdom save.
Yeah. Cross your fingers, guys. I'm going to use a lucky point. I'm going to use a lucky point.
Roll it again as a nat 1 pops up. 7. Roll, click off another lucky point.
Wait, do you have your fate point?
She does.
I'm going to use my fate point.
Why are you rolling again the third time?
I thought you said to roll again.
No, you did already. You rolled a 2 and a 7.
Oh, I thought you meant like after. It's like, okay.
This is a will save. So basically you answer truthfully now.
Yeah.
So you want to use a fate point?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm gonna. Does it look like I have any other choice?
You have your inspiration token. Right there. Do you want to use it? I'll allow you to use it if you want to before you use your
Yeah,
fate
but
point.
what am I gonna have to beat though?
14.
14.
14 or better.
14? I'm not gonna be able to reach it anyways, even if I did use an inspiration point. So
You can always just refuse. I was charmed and gave him my hair.
I mean,
roll a wisdom save. Something is coming back to you, a memory of some kind.
wisdom save.
Just roll a d20. You pass it.
Of
So you
course I passed that.
you remember something. Your memory is coming back to you a little bit. You've seen him before. This figure, the devil. You're sitting there, looking back to him on Castle Ravenloft, looking over the edge into the clouds. You see him on the other side of the bridge, looking back at you. You've seen him before. How? When? You don't know.
I'm gonna cast Protection of Good and Evil on Irina.
Strahd is amused. He's like, whatever.
Has it
Cool.
been long enough for me to reroll for
Yes.
bugs?
He can't charm you anymore.
Okay.
Amusing.
I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna look at Strahd and I'm gonna just kind of point at my bald ass head and I'm gonna go, well, I would give you a piece of hair, but
You find what?
I ain't got none.
Roll deception check. Now, Irina has a lot of ability to talk to like NPCs and score very high because it's charisma based. Strahd rolls a counter roll that's see through the deception. But you don't know his modifier.
I'm gonna get 17
Nice.
anyways.
So let's start off with Noni first. Noni, you find a bug. What do you find a beetle?
Mhm.
You're kind of like, you're actually digging through the earth. Let's move your character a little bit over here. You dig through the earth. The mist is starting to like dissipate a little bit. Just a little bit more. Just to like show you guys a little bit more here. Let me show this screen again.
He's putting all of our hairs in one pocket, right?
That's correct. It's into his spell pouch pocket. But you're not like a rogue or anything.
No, but I'm gonna send the beetle in to go eat our hair.
You want to send it? You want to command the beetle to go eat the hair? Is it a
In his
spell?
pocket.
You're going to try to communicate to the insect?
Well, yeah, I have telepathy with my
That's
my
right.
new
with all
crown.
creatures. That's correct.
I love it.
Don't even have to use my mouth to tell it what to do. I can speak with animals at will, and so.
That's right. So you
I
speak
will
to it
send
telepathically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I'm a friend of the forest.
So you are. Where was your model at? It was over here. Where did it go? Somebody moved Noni's model. Where did it go? No, it's right here.
Moved
It's
in.
right here.
It's right there.
So we'll just say it's right there for now. It'll take you another round to command the beetle to do this action. So you found the beetle. Now you're talking to it. It'll take like another round for it to happen.
Okay.
He sees through your deception. He scored high on the roll. I rolled a 13 plus his thing, right? He says, he like reaches out to touch you. He sees through the illusion. He says, please, this is very clever, but drop your illusions.
Until you answer my question, we're not giving you anything that we don't want to willingly give you. You charmed me to give you my hair, and you won't get anyone else's.
Do not threaten the Lord of the Land.
I'm not. I'm telling you, we're not giving you anything that you don't deserve. And you literally charmed me to give you my hair.
He looks back at the bald man, says, please, drop it.
Strahd, don't you realize that it's just an illusion? There is no person there.
Strahd begins to cast a spell. Shall we roll initiative or shall the spell go off?
I want to see what the
5,
spell is.
4, 3, 2, 1. The beetle is being sent out to scurry across. Unless you want to move closer, Noni, I'll allow you to move closer if you want to drop the beetle. Now, to actually drop the beetle, if the beetle has to like fly or whatever at him, I guess. But we'll just move your character there for now. He casts Dispel Magic on Irina.
Shit.
Irina's guise is now dropped.
Oh.
He says, and he gets closer to Irina. You're wearing your hood, right?
Yeah, I am wearing my
He
hood.
reaches out and touches your hood and peels it back.
Oh God, no.
Sinros, can Sinros use silent image in this case to overlay anything? That's really
You have to cast.
Stretching it.
You're casting something though. That's like he sees magic happening. Strahd is knowing that you guys have tried to deceive him like 4 or 5 times already, right?
Yeah, that's probably.
So
that's
it's going to be, especially like a cantrip or something like that against the vampire, lord. Probably. I mean, I will roll on it if you want to.
Let's
That's what fate
try
points are for, friend.
help here that probably won't work, but we're about out of options here, and I don't know what's going to
He's
happen.
pulling back Irina's hoodie.
I want to cast a second level fog cloud centered on us.
Then initiative will be rolled. Do you want to do that?
Oh my god.
Guys, can I make a
Run.
mistake?
Oh
Gotta
my
take-
god. Can
Yeah,
we
we
just
just
get
run.
out of here? Can we book it?
Okay.
Yeah.
So here, no, we have to roll initiative now.
Oh my
So
god.
Sinrose casts
Y'all
fog cloud.
right up front.
So I'm just gonna,
Y'all.
this is what the fog cloud is gonna look like.
I swear to god.
It's gonna basically cause anybody in
Nice.
here mass, basically obscurement. As he's beginning to remove the hood, Sinrose begins to cast the magic. But Strahd is very clever. He sees Sinrose casting it. He hears it. And before we even roll initiative, he mutters the words.
Counterspell.
Counterspells you. Mark it off your sheet as a reaction.
Ruin my show.
Her hood comes off. He sees you casting something, so he's just like he's already dispelled a woman. He's looking for a woman. He sees you casting a spell. He counterspells you. This all makes sense, but it's a very good attempt. And counterspell is, I think, a 4th or 5th level spell. I can go to his spell sheet if you want me to. I can mark it on his spell sheet.
Only a second level fog cloud.
He pulls it back. Strahd's eyes his dark eyes fill with blood. He's like aroused or something. They fill with red. As his fingers are on you, on your shoulders now.
Okay,
And he reaches out. Sorry, go ahead, Sinrose.
Can I use? Ah, shit, I didn't. I was gonna say, can I use a mage hand? Air her back and forth.
What do you want to do with the mage hand?
It would just be
Can you
pulling her
get closer
back.
to your microphone?
Oh, sorry, I'm leaning back.
You're good.
I was gonna say, can I use a mage hand to pull her back and forth as it sounds for her?
He's gripped onto her now. I mean, it's a force. You're using a force of mage hand. We can do opposing strength rolls.
I also have mage hand. Can we do
I have a
double
pretty
mage
small
hand?
mage
Can we
Well, I mean, you're starting to
two
move
times
initiative and
hands?
stuff like that. I mean, he's looking right into your eyes now.
What?
And-
Irene, you were a girl this whole time? Wow, Strahd. Yeah, no. Oh.
Sorry, guys.
All right. Are you guys going to try to roll initiative here? The beetle, I guess, is flying through the air right now, trying to go to Strahd's pouch
I'm not trying to fight.
to get all the strands of hair that he has. We have to
I
start to
walk
roll.
up to Strahd and I say, "Hey, do you have any more of that wine?
What wine?
the wine you're drinking."
It's blood.
That's
So-
blood.
First of all, are we going to have to roll initiative because you guys are
I'm
starting to
not
cast a
doing
lot of
anything.
spells?
I haven't casted any spells.
Oh, no.
He looks at Irina and he's like, he puts his hand on your chin and he says,
I put my hand on him. I was like, "Why are you doing this?"
What is he saying?
and he says, he kind of is, he's enamored with Irina for some reason. He says, "Did they harm you, child? Did these strangers hurt you?"
No.
He looks over you. He sees that you're injured, right?
Are you?
Do you have
Am
any-
I?
I don't know. I have to look at your HP.
I don't know. I put it up.
You're not injured though, so he doesn't. He's asked you a question, and you're in the zone of truth.
No, I'm not hurt. These guys are good people.
He looks at you a little bit. He's just turning. Now his fingers are ice cold, and he has like sharp nails, like almost that. His ears are like almost like half-elf ears. His skin is pale, but his eyes suddenly turn red as he feels a sense of exhilaration. He's like, "Is it you?"
Strahd, don't do anything too weird, buddy.
Yes.
He looks
Yes, it
over
is
at
me.
Marcus. He says, "Be quiet."
Yes, it is. It is I.
Can I try to
Irina?
reach into his pocket to grab the
Make
hairs
a-
while he's...
You got to come up and make a sleight of hand check. I will allow. Your character's already in position. Now it's a sleight of
He's
hand.
distracted, right? Do I get advantage?
Yeah, I'm slapping him on the back. I was like, "Why are you doing
He
this?"
has
old friend?"
disadvantage, but I'm going to allow you to roll with disadvantage. All the vampires are looking at you guys now as you guys are all kind of getting around them, around their master. You know, it's a disadvantage roll.
It is a disadvantage?
Yeah, you got to
Okay,
roll
well.
one more time.
I was doing something that likely wouldn't be noticed.
And I'm going to roll, well, I have to roll perception checks on everybody
Everybody.
to notice if you're taking the strands of hair. They all rolled kind of low.
All garbage.
Yeah.
I will roll for Strahd separately just to kind of keep it easy.
Is he at a disadvantage since he's so
He just
enamored?
rolls. He's very keen. You guys are all kind of surrounding him. I'm gonna say you rolled what, a 20? You have to roll. You grab you're digging around. There's shit in his bag. You have to roll another die. I'm gonna allow you to swipe something.
Okay.
There's stuff in there. You don't know. You're grabbing into some mysterious bag or something like that.
Take
15.
his shit. Take his shit.
I will allow you. We'll roll. So whose hair did he take exactly? You got Sinros's, Miss, Noni's, and Marcus's. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Roll a d6.
Me too.
D6.
And the fake hair. So we'll just roll a d6. The only one who's...
Watch her pull out her own hair.
Oh, let's go.
Nice.
Well, that just means you pulled out a 6 on... so Sinros's hair, you have it.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to allow it. Since you've rolled so well... The vampire, though, sees this, and Barisha says... comes closer to you. As she sees you kind of doing something strange. If you try to do it again, something might happen. But I'll allow you to take Sinros's hair. Mark it on your sheet. He says, "What is your name, child?" As he's touching your chin. He's like completely enamored with you for some reason.
I'm gonna cast Protection of Good and Evil.
You already did!
A second time. No, because he dispelled, right?
No, he did not.
Oh, good.
He counterspelled Sinros's magic.
Oh, okay.
He says,
So
"What
So
is
he
your..."
doesn't know who I am?
He says, "What is your name, child?"
So. Wait, well, so if he's asking.
You don't have to answer him. We can just walk away.
She's in the zone of truth still, isn't she?
She is in the zone of truth, so she has to answer
It's only
truthfully.
10 minutes. Probably
It
done.
seems you already know my name. That's what I'll say.
I dispel Zone of Truth.
The zone of truth has been dispelled. Strahd smirks a little bit at Marcus. Noni, what are you doing?
Has my beetle made it into his bag yet?
I know, all this distraction.
The vampires are noticing what's going on a little bit more as Strahd has taken interest a little bit more. They're kind of being more closer. You guys are surrounding him. They don't feel that threatened or endangered, of course, but they're just worried. You have to roll a hit with your beetle. The beetle has to hit Strahd. Has to land. There's some residual. You can look at the trees. I put a little fan out. There's a little bit of movement in the trees.
Well, I would expect him to like land on the pouch and then walk in.
Yeah, roll a hit. Roll a d20 with the beetle. And now 0.
That's not even possible.
Says, "Child, tell me your real name."
My real name?
You didn't hit. The beetle hasn't landed on him yet.
My real name? What do you mean? You already know my real name.
What is your name, child?
You tell me. Since you know oh so much.
He looks around.
Looks around, there's people like this close.
He makes an attack roll to swipe your hair.
Shoot Strahd!
Fine.
He swipes your hair.
Ah, how dare he?
Packs it in and he's like, "Patience comes to those who wait. For we will meet again soon. But if these strangers do not help you, come look for me." He turns around and walks off with the vampires into the mist. What do you guys do? The beetle can't catch up to him.
Well, did it land on him at least? Because
I'll allow you one more roll.
Land.
Sure, I'll allow you one more roll.
Seeing as how we distracted him for like almost
You
an
guys are
hour
doing
of
great.
Conversation.
You guys are doing great.
Doing great.
I will spend my fate point to reroll.
You sure?
Well, fate points a nat 20. So he just
Yes.
lands.
You want it to land on him?
Yeah. I want it to land. And
Since
I
you
want it to
used
go
a fate point,
Yes.
do you want it to devour your hair? That's all
I
it'll be
want
able
it to
to
devour
devour.
all of the hair in there.
Do you want it to devour? I'll allow you to devour one person's hair before I do something, and you'll understand why. Do you want it to devour your hair?
Yes.
No, have it do Irina's. Have it do Irina's.
Can
You have
can
15
I?
seconds to decide.
Can I? Oh,
Go ahead, Noni. What are you doing? Come on.
I want it to devour mine.
It devours your hair. Where did my models go? Did they disappear?
yeah.
I think you
Hey,
maybe hit a button or something.
And I left it with instructions to devour as many as it could.
And as you see that, as they enter the final part of the mist, the vampires turn into mist themselves, and the beetle is just left flying in the air. And they swing off into the night. What do you guys do?
Oh,
Mark it on your sheet, though, that it doesn't have the hair. I mean, obviously, I have to rewatch the video to figure out this, because there's a lot going on. What do you guys do? You guys look back. There's just a smoldering pile of ruins of the Death House. R.I.P. Death House. We hardly knew ye.